Hello there. I think we are live now. Please let me know how everything sounds. Hopefully the audio is okay and all of that. And yeah, I'm trying some new things this stream using some... if you haven't seen some of my streams before, you'll probably notice a few new things. So yeah, we will see how things go. So yeah, please let me know how the audio is and all of that. And soon I'll get going. And I think the first thing I will do is play some some guild expedition in a moment. But yeah, then later on I do want to review some cities. So if you would like to me to have a look at one of your cities, please let me know. And yeah, we'll see. When you have time, can you rate my city? Yep, I will have a look. I do need to play through the tutorial, so US 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 9. James, and then the next one is Langendorm. Oh wait, what? Now I'm completely confused. Mount Kilmore? Oh no, wait. I do have it. It's Court, right? Yeah, there we go. I got confused because I had... this is the only world I actually already have a city on, so that's nice. So, yeah, yep, I will definitely have a look a little bit later. Not quite away, but yeah, a little bit later. So, let me see. Your name was Spinorex. So yeah, I will have a look later on. But as I said, before I do that, I will do a little bit on... I will play through Guild Expedition. I will yeah, finish it at least here on this world, and yeah. What are the chances? The tutorial is really quick to play through, so that's no issue. I might play a little bit of the summer event if I find a good opportunity, but I'm in... oh, I'm in no rush to spend my doubloons, so you can say I've spent a few here, but yeah. I also need to do a few of these. Actually, I'll wait for my regular collection tomorrow for that. Anyways, so yeah, how are you guys doing? Hello there, David, Martyrium, Spino, and all others. Welcome. 81. Doubloons. Yeah, I haven't spent any doubloons yet, so that's why I have 81. Don't think that's too many, but I guess it is. I guess it is a decent amount. Actually, I can complete some quests as well while we wait. I hate this event, yeah, I agree. This is probably my... it's one of my least favorite events, if not the... yeah, probably not my... I think winter event is my least favorite, but I don't really like this either, so yeah. So, let's see... I'm just gonna write down all the suggestions, and I'll see how many cities I have time to have a look at. I'm a newbie to the game. Welcome to the game, David. Hopefully you are finding it interesting, fun to play. So yeah, I think I will just jump right into it and start with some guild expedition. This is my higher age units world, so as you can see, I have turrets, railguns, and hover tanks. But let me do this first manually, and then I'll do a lot of them, automatically as well. So I'm gonna use these first. As you can see, these die really easily. Luckily, hardly need to hit them at all. And one final hit there. So yeah, that's why these are so great. All of these high-range units. Let's see, what server you play, Nickname? I play on the international server, mainly on EN16 and EN18. My name is MooingCat, and yeah, you can find me on all servers. Whenever you mention high-ranged units, I get instant sadness because I'm dumb and did truth or dare. Sorry, yeah, I did read that, so sorry to hear that, but hopefully you can still get them in postmodern era. I imagine they're quite good there still. But yeah, it does suck, and that's why I have abort confirmation on, because I definitely don't want to mess it up. Although actually at the moment I am... there's another thing I need to do. Actually I'll do that right now. I'll fight this. So I have continued on the map here. I'm currently on the last part of Oceanic Future. I've done 3 of 10 provinces, so I still need to do these, and then I'm done with the Oceanic Future. There are no more units, but I'm still fighting them, so yeah. And my go-to combo for these fights is actually using one subcruiser and 9 rogues. That's my go-to combo. Sometimes I'm able to use 2 turrets here on the continent map, but it's mainly gonna be subcruiser. Why am I not... Why is this not loading? Hello? Alright, let's reload then. Weird, okay. Let's continue. 7 rogues, there we go. 7 rogues. I knew that sounded weird. Yeah, 7 rogues. So yeah, actually, usually I just semi-auto. I move my main unit in the corner and then I just let it play. Hello there, Alessandro. How are you doing? Can't get OF units because not enough text, but at least hovers, those are the really good ones. Wells, by now, if you are moving up to... actually, it depends on where that technology is. I haven't really looked, but as you're moving up, perhaps you're able to complete a couple of those technologies on your way, or I guess you're stuck already, so perhaps not. Never mind. You know what you can and can't do. I really like these. They're really easy to fight. They always hit my unit, so they always take damage, and then it's usually one hit. How to submit my city for the review? Just write your city name or your username, the world and the server you're playing on in the chat, and I will have a look later on. Because yeah, the way I do it is that I go to the actual world, and then open the city and have a look. That's how I do it. Yeah, I'm doing quite alright. There we go, and I don't mind losing rogues. I have plenty of those. Actually, I haven't looked in quite some time to see how many I have, but probably have close to, yeah, just over 1,000 actually, so that's good. In terms of my attack boosts, they are definitely not bad at the moment. I am at 800, almost 600, so that's definitely enough against 40-40. I'm definitely still working on improving my attack, but yeah, as you can see, fighting here is quite easy. Ripper to Vincent in Jupiter. Let me move this out first. Let's see. In Jupiter, I like to use 8 gliders on low attrition fights and 3 grenadiers, 5 rows on high attrition fights. Oh. Yeah, I haven't really used gliders, but perhaps I'll have a look at that. Hello there, Karsten, Reich. Hello there, good to see you as well. Let me add that as well. And I'll see how many I get to check out. Not promising I'll be able to go to check out all, but yeah, I'll at least check out a few. And perhaps if I don't have time today, perhaps I'll look at another day. So yeah, how are you guys doing? Hopefully you are all doing all right. Hopefully the weather is nice. The weather has been really nice here lately. The last 2 or so weeks it's been quite relatively nice, warm weather, 15, 17 degrees Celsius, but sun almost all days, no rain, so yeah, it's been very, very nice. And I've been able to go out for, yeah, most days as well, so that's been quite nice. I don't like this here combo. It's perfectly fine to fight against, but it's a little bit annoying with, especially with these 2 units. But it's fine. It's fine. Move that out there and then just semi-auto. That's how I've done most of the Arctic Future and Oceanic Future fights. Mostly it's been auto. That's partly because the units are quite nice, of course, and also because I have a decent amount of attack now, so I am able to do this. So you can see when I am hit, I only take 1 damage mostly, so yeah. By the way, don't expect my city to be too great when I started playing like 5 months ago. Don't worry, I don't expect anything. People, naturally their city will be in a different state depending on how long they've played, how much effort, if they play casually or not, and so on. So I don't expect anything when I look at the cities. Alrighty. These are a little bit annoying as well, but sometimes they also help a little bit by transforming a few of my rogues. So yeah, not too bad. So yeah, take a lot of damage, but that's perfectly fine because, yeah, I have plenty of rogues. I have 6 Sept cruisers, so I can afford to change these, so that's no problem at all. Alright, this combo probably gonna be a little bit annoying, but should be fine. Alright, let me move let me move this out of the way, and then let me add this to the list. So yeah. You do city reviews, put me on that list. Yep. I've done, I've done 1 video. Did that a couple of weeks ago, a month ago perhaps. So yeah, I've done 1 video, and now during these live streams I do want to do a few city reviews each day, more or less. So yeah, I will definitely have a look if I have time. Let me add this to the list as well, and we'll see how many we get to today. So yeah, I just negotiated for higher 8 units because I had 6k in virtual future goods. Nice. Yeah, that's definitely a way to do it. I like fighting. That's the main reason I wanted to do this, because I quite enjoy fighting, especially on the continent map where you're not just auto fighting all the way through, you're actually having to think a little bit about it. Or I am at the stage now where I could auto fight, but I don't really want to, so yeah. And these are quite annoying, Medusas. They are really annoying. Because they focus your main unit. I think I'm actually going to go with 2 of these just to be safe. I might have to heal 1 of them. If you could review my city, that would be awesome. Please, just write name in the chat and I will see how many I get to. Hello there, Ansel. How are you doing? There we go. Let's put that down. So first part here, quite easy, but you'll see now with the second part, hopefully these attack the damage rogues, but they don't always do that, so yeah, we will see, we will see. Actually it looks like they will. Usually you can see here, oh no, never mind. So there you see, this one is almost dead already. I think I will actually be able to save it, so that's nice, but I definitely have to be careful. So I will move all of my other units ahead. This one I don't care if I lose or not. I can at least take down the Medusas, so I probably will be able to save that. Yep, this should be saved, so that's good, that's good. Yeah, that's that's the most difficult unit to fight with, against yet at least, with the sub-cruisers. I'm sure I could use some other units, but these attack first anyways, so yeah, they are quite painful to fight against. Alright, there we go. I now have 2 options I can scout, that's nice. Yeah, I'll do all of these anyways, so yeah, that's nice. I like having 2 options, that also leaves me some time to chill after I've scouted this. I can start directly on this without having to take that immediately, so that's nice. Although I haven't really been too careful recently, at least, about doing things immediately after I've started, so yeah. Like the mounted archers of OF, super annoying because they do damage you can't do anything about. Definitely, they are very, very annoying. Anshul, please leave your city and world, or your name, city and server you play on in the chat, and I'll see if I have time to check yours out as well. So yeah, I'll do a couple more fights here, just so that I can regenerate some of these. Hello there, Dennis. I am doing quite alright, despite everything. Honestly, it kind of feels like I'm kind of on vacation, so that's quite nice. And I've been enjoying working on some videos and stuff like that. Some of you might have seen it, but the first part of my Higher 8 unit series on the Future Era map has been released a couple of hours ago. So if you want to check out that, that is out. So yeah. I'm doing quite alright. How are you, Dennis? Hopefully you're doing alright as well. Which server is that, Anshul? I need a server as well, so international, US, and so on. So yeah. Alright, I think with that, let me start by having a look at Spino Rex's city. Alright, first of all, Coke Oven. So you are in the progressive era. Coke and fertilizer, I feel like that is... yeah, if you're using these to help your guild, that's quite nice, because if I remember correctly, those are 2 quite rare goods in those ages, so that's nice, that's nice. Alright, first thing I notice, Goner's Villa, level 5, I'm sure you're working on that. Trying to get that fully leveled, so that's quite nice. Try to complete that during this event. I quite like these neat rows here of Stage of Ages, Carousels, they're quite nice. Carousels, a little bit outdated, but nice to have until you have anything better to replace them with. One thing I would probably try to change is this area here. You have quite a lot of big buildings here in the middle here. For example, the Himeji connected on 2 sides here. Same with the CDM, that's quite wasteful. So I would try to change that a bit, probably try to move these to the outer sides of the city. For example, down here, and on the outer side here, for example, and then move the carousels in here instead, have those here instead of on the edge here. I think that would be quite nice. That's something that I would try to do here. Quite like that the Alcatraz is only connected on 1 side. I think it's only 1 side. Well, kind of 2 sides, but still very few roads to that. That's quite nice. I see that you're starting a small cherry set down here. Really like that. And yeah, starting a few chains here. You might have a better experience, but I really don't like having to find a place to place the Great Elephant. Because in my city here I also have it, but it's so annoying because I really wanted to flip it, to have it the other way around, to go the other way, so that I could have it the same as the winter train. But now I find it really annoying to place, and I'm still not happy with how it's placed down here, so yeah, at least looks like you have a better idea right now, at least. So yeah. Don't have any industrial, yeah. So looks like you need some industrial goods, so that's quite alright. So ordnance, that is that the light unit? That's a military unit, right? Ordnance factory. I believe that's a unit. So yeah. Are you playing Guild Battlegrounds, or is this for your personal stuff? Because I believe you said that you had gotten... Which units had you gotten already? I think it said that you did get some higher rate units. Artillery, okay, there we go. Okay, I guess. But yeah. Not sure if you need 4. That definitely depends on your playstyle. If you play a lot, then yeah, you might need you might need all of these 4 here, but that's something you might look at replacing if you do need the space. It looks like you have decent space though, so you're probably not in a rush to replace the stuff. The technician's towers are not really that great, so you could only PME. Okay, then yeah, then I guess these are quite nice to fight with. So let's see, I did see one more number. One more player here. Just let me quickly go through chat. I think I missed a few. Let's see. Let me just quickly read through chat, see if I missed anything. What world are you on right now with friends? Mayo. I'm mainly playing on EN18 at the moment, Tulek. So that's the main one I'm playing on right now. Are there 18 French worlds? That's a lot. I didn't know it was that big in France. We'll learn something new every day, I suppose. Hello there, Julian. How are you doing? I'm doing all right. Greetings from Belgium. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. So, Spino, is there anything else you would like me to comment on? In general, I quite like it. The main thing is to change out this middle section here, move the smaller buildings inside and bigger buildings on the edges. That's the main thing I think I would look at right now. So yeah, let me see on my list. So US1. I don't think I have. Now there was a question in the chat. Oh, that's the wrong one. Where is the... You go out and then I can select world. So there was a question on how to level your arc quickly, and you really just need to have a good guild to support you so that you can get great building blueprints for the great building. So you should definitely, if you don't have a 1.9 thread in your guild, you should probably try to look for a new guild where you have a 1.9 thread, and then be active in that, pick up 4th and 5th places to get blueprints, and then you simply just have to work on it. Use your forge points to level that and to get blueprints and so on. There's not really a get rich quick scheme. You just have to, keep on leveling it. Of course, you can do stuff like play a lot of Guild Battlegrounds to get a lot of forge points, but yeah, you just have to go continuously level it up. All right, so let's go to our first tutorial, I imagine. Yep, so this is really annoying. I really wish we can skip the tutorial. It might be possible to skip it in the future. Actually, let me mute that. I only need sound from 1. So the tutorial is not too long. You can get through it quite easily, and I don't have to go through the entire tutorial, but it's a little bit annoying to have to do this, but it is what it is. Hello there, Narmin. Great fan of your videos. Greetings from Vancouver, Canada. Greetings. I would love to go to Vancouver one day. Looks like a really nice city, so yeah, definitely want to do that one day. And Canada looks like a really cool place. Let me just add these to the list as well. I'm not sure if I'll have time to go see all of these cities this time, but I might do another time instead, because yeah, as I mentioned in my last video, or my video yesterday, I do want to do daily live streams going forward, so yeah. MooingCat, glad you started playing Forge. You can ask me for any help getting started. Alright. Just have to get through this. Only takes a couple of minutes. Yeah, don't have... After I've done the first fight, I can then have a look at the city. Yeah. I've done this quite a few times now. When I did my first video, I think I did this around 10 times, something like that. So yeah, I've gone through the tutorial quite often now, so kind of know it now. So one day, hopefully we can skip it. But yeah, it is what it is. What would you replace the carousels with? Basically most 3x3 buildings. So yeah, most 3x3 buildings are better than it. Winners Plaza, Botanical Rotunda, Checkmate Square. I'm sure I'm missing a few buildings, but yeah. Winners Plaza is probably the best, at least in higher ages. You can also replace it with things like, what's it called? The 4x4 State of Ages, for example. But any building, it doesn't have to be 3x3 either. So yeah, after doing that fight, I can now access this, I can access the global ranking, and I can now search for the player. So, Cat von Alex. I think I did the wrong player. Yep, I did. Fine. There we go. So, Payton. Let me just quickly go back in chat. I want to see who that was in chat as well, because I forgot. Robert. Okay, Robert. All right, let's have a look. Okay, so this one is much more advanced, probably an older city. So in Space Age, Jupiter Moon, all the way up there. First of all, I really like these. I really like the look of these roads. Kind of remind me of the Oceanic Future roads, the water roads. Alright, so first of all, a lot of good attack buildings I notice, Winners Plazas, a lot of pirates hideout. Looks like you've been busy in this event and previous events perhaps as well. Druid temples, a lot of good buildings, Eagle Mountains, probably one of the best buildings. Okay, I see you have 3 Buccaneers, so 5. Looks like you have 5 boathouses. I imagine that's where you've gotten these from. So yeah, it looks like you've been quite busy during this event. Same with the Governor's Villa. Alright, so in terms of placement, Knight's Pavilion as well. That's nice. Don't really think there's too much wrong. Down here, perhaps you could get it more optimal. Here, for example, these roads only connect buildings on one side. That said though, this does look very neat, so perhaps you have a few expansions here you can place eventually. So yeah, here for example, it's a relatively big building in a corner. All of these buildings are actually relatively big buildings in corners. Same here with the pirates' hideouts and so on. Not the most efficient, but considering that you do have this many big buildings, you might not be able to do too much about it, getting getting smaller buildings in the corners. Perhaps you're able to fit in more winners plazas in the corners, but it might not be worth reworking your city in order to be able to do that. But it's something you could look at. And now I really like the look of all of these sentinels on the outside here. Kind of looks like a wall surrounding your city. One day I would really love in my city at least to have a continuous wall around my entire city with sentinels. I guess that's a wet dream one day, but yeah, probably not gonna happen anytime soon because I don't really spend a lot of diamonds anymore. Oh, that reminds me, I do have some diamond rolls I need to play on as well, or collect on. Let's see here. Yeah, it looks like you have everything very neatly placed in here. For example, all of these great buildings seems to be only connected by these couple of rows here, which is very efficient. The arc seems to only be connected by this road here, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, in general, it looks very... Oh, actually, no, that reminds me. I forgot about it, but I can actually use... No, not that. I can use this, I think. Yeah, there we go. So now we can actually have a look. So yeah, here, I really like what you've done here with the Himeji. Chateau, sorry, and Himeji. Yeah, Chateau and Himeji. Up here, these connected with one road. The arc connected by 2 roads, but more or less 1 road. Connected the Blue Galaxy, I see, by 1 road here. So all of that, very nice. Ah, I see you have some... Ah, no, that's sentinels. I thought it was free space. Okay, so you have some free space here, and that's probably, I imagine, similar to me. I have a free space where I place and delete buildings for event quests. Looks like this is what you use it for as well, in addition to units for your Alcatraz, I imagine. So yeah, in general, quite very nice layouts. As I mentioned, a few big buildings in the corners, but not sure you can do too much about it. A little bit inefficient. No, perhaps even not even inefficient. That might not be. Yeah, that's probably quite good actually, connecting both of these 2 buildings there. So yeah, overall, quite really like it. Really good layout, and yeah, keep up doing what you do. All right, let me go through chat, see if I missed anything. IG24, hello there MooingCat, first time watching your streams. Welcome to my stream. I haven't been streaming too much, not sure how many I've done in the past, perhaps 10 or so in the past, 10, 15, something like that, I don't know. Thank you for keeping the game free for the rest of us. Yeah, I guess you're saying it to Payden here. Is AI core great building useful? It can be in some scenarios. I haven't built it in mine. Actually, let me... let me just... I forget exactly how much it gives. So, Gilgus, of course, is quite nice. And the algorithmic core that doubles... Arctic Harbor, Oceanic Terminal, and synthesizers. So it's... How much is it? Let's say at level 70. It's 4 times a day or so. Around 4 times per day, doubling. I don't know. It's not that much. It definitely can help you through Arctic future and Oceanic future. So for those ages, I think it is quite useful. But in general, it's not something that I spent. Not something I have built in my cities. Probably will not build it in my cities. But if you're trying to get through Arctic future and Oceanic future as quickly as possible, it can definitely be a nice building. How does he have so many max level building of this event? He has spent diamonds. So yeah, he has bought the balloons with diamonds. That's how you get multiples. Alright, Italy. Do I have... Yep, I do have an account on Italy. Because I remember that I looked at the city there for my video. So I do have an account there. Probably not logged in. Oh, it is, okay. Alright, so which world was this? Houndsmore. Houndsmore. Okay, there we go. So now we have to go through one more tutorial. At least once a day I go into edit and try to change things around and wind up with one building left in editor with nowhere to place it. Yeah, I know. It's really annoying. One day you will have done the tutorial for every world, yeah. The sad thing is that if you don't play actively on the world, or if you don't meet certain criteria, it will be deleted after a while. So I have definitely done the same tutorial on multiple worlds in the past, so so yeah. But yeah, keep on coming with questions while I go through the tutorial, because otherwise this will be quite boring. So yeah, luckily the tutorial isn't too big. Let's see. I started it at around 36 minutes into the stream, so let's see how long I actually take. It's probably 3-4 minutes, I think. I'm back over 1.5 hours. Alright, now it is building some buildings, I think. It's the next step. I'm currently working for a new layout that includes a new governor's villa and a new mountain reserve. Nice. That reminds me, I do have to rework this city one day. Probably not today, but that's definitely something that I will do in a future stream. So yeah, I will have to see when that is. Perhaps tomorrow even. Probably not. So yeah. I remember first time starting a new world, wondering if I could keep those diamonds on a secondary world, but no, you can't. So you can't start a new world to get those 100 diamonds. You do have to spend it for this house, because it doesn't register on your other worlds. So, in case you're wondering, that's not possible. Alright. Let's do the fight as well. And here we go. Alright, almost there. This is where, yeah, no, I'm not going to say it, but yeah. Hopefully one day. There was some talk about on the beta forums. It's been a while now, but that you might be able to skip the tutorial in the future. And in general, actually, there's a lot of talk about tutorials on the beta forum, about the possibility of there being a new tutorial, a new start to the game or anything like that. I've talked about it in a few of my beta recaps. So yeah, there's quite a lot of new stuff when it comes to tutorials or related to a tutorial, so who knows, someday soon we might be able to actually skip tutorials. That will be my dream at least. Alright, so let's have a look. Cat von Alex. Alright, first of all, I love the cherry set. Let me see which design this is. Yeah, this seems to be the 12x13 layout, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. So, love that. Love the fall set as well. Seems to be kind of a hybrid between goods, forge points, and attack, so that's quite nice. Not everything has to be completely about attack. The train is nice. Let me see. You are in the future era. Alright. I really like the look of this with the Windows Plaza around it. That's quite nice. Let me see. Okay, first thing I notice is this road on the outside here. You should try to connect roads, have buildings on both sides of roads. So I would try to change this so that the outside isn't a road here. Either by getting expansions here, or it sounds like you are reworking, so I'll try to get that. So yeah, 15 Sakuras, yeah, 15, yeah, that is, I'm pretty sure. let me see. I think if I go to the sortable table here, I think I have a link for it actually. Oh, wrong one, cherry. It's this one, I think. Yeah, there we go. 15, so I'm pretty sure it's this one. So yeah, that's nice. So yeah, change the road here. Quite like this. Only connecting the Alcatraz with a few roads. You could probably even perhaps connect it to fewer roads, but this is quite alright. I would try to move the Arctic Orangery out to the edge of the city as well. Try to connect it with one road instead of a full side, because that's quite a big building. Here the Olympic Treasury is connected on the long side. I would try to avoid that, and also you do have a lot of small buildings, so I would in general try to avoid here, for example, having the Druid Temple in a corner. Oh, actually also you have the Arctic Orangery in a corner, so that's quite wasteful here with this. So I would definitely move that to the edge of the city somehow. Yeah, similar to what you've done here with the Templar Relics, with the Abandoned Asylum, and so on. Daniel, I also need a world, the world you're playing on, so international or German or Swedish or whatever. Kind of sounds like a Swedish name, I think. Perhaps Danish or German. I don't know. So yeah. Quite like the cathedral in here. It's connected by... Actually, it's connected by a few roads, but not too bad. Again here, yeah, these two buildings, the Ferris wheel and the animal... I forget what it's called, but yeah, the Animal Crossing. I would try to change that as well, so that it is not connected on both sides. But yeah, it looks like in general you have a good idea of what you're doing, and yeah, just work on reworking it and find a way to move more of the big buildings to the outsides, or at least connecting the big buildings with fewer roads than you already are. All right. Let me add this as well. So yeah, I don't think I have too much more to say, unless you have any anything specific you want me to have a look at. Yeah, I think in general, looking quite alright. A few things you can improve on, and as we are working on it right now, I'm looking forward to see how things improve with your new layout. Alright, thank you for sending me your city. Alright, so let's see. I think I'll do a little bit of Guild Expedition, and then I will go back to reviewing cities in a moment. Next one I'll have a look at is Aden. His town hall. Let me see where the town hall is. It's up there. You can try to do something similar to here, where you have some big buildings, or 2 or 3 great buildings connected to it. I have something similar here on this world. There it is. I have something similar here with these 2 great buildings 2 roads from me. So you could do something like that. In general, having the town hall in the middle, I do think it's a little bit overrated. You probably are saving a few roads, but if you can't get it to work in the middle, I think having it on the corner is fine. So it's not optimal, but I think it is fine. Alright, let's get through our, I want to call it attrition, all our attempts, and then I will go back to reviewing another city. So So yeah, with my higher 8 units here, I'm able to fight all of these encounters without having to change anything. All these 8 units here are all that I need. I don't even need these. Just using the hover tanks would be fine as well. Alright, so there we go. Let's have a look at the next city then. Netherlands. I do think I have an account there as well. Let me check. I do, but what is the password? That's not the one. Trying to guess my password, that's all I said. Nice. No, I can't remember it. So I'll have a look at that another time, I'm afraid. So check in tomorrow and I will have a look at this when I have time to log in on my world. Alright, Germany, that one I do have. Cool. Why is that not working? Alright, there we go. Let me see, what world was this on? 1, okay. So, let me go through the tutorial once more. So yeah, if you have any questions about the game, about anything, about life, I don't know, please ask and yeah, have something to talk about while I go through the tutorial. Perhaps for a few future streams I will go through a bunch of different worlds on the most common servers so that I'm ready with this. I don't know. But yeah. There we go. I like how these 5 minutes here, you'll notice in a moment, it doesn't take 5 minutes for the first production to complete. It's already complete when I complete this. But that's to be expected, I suppose. Einsammeln. I do understand quite a bit of German. I learned German during in school when I was younger, and I still understand quite a bit. I'm all right at reading, for example. I can read quite a bit in German, so that's something I do wish I learned it a little bit more, so that I could speak it fluently. But at least I understand quite a bit of German. Perhaps one day I will learn it fully, but yeah. And there you see, now it is completed. It hasn't been 5 minutes yet. That's not what I meant to do. There we go. Let's close this, and there we go. Now we have the rest of the tutorial. Hello there, Joran. How are you? I'm doing quite alright. Currently playing through tutorials. I should rename the stream to Tutorial Simulator. What attack would you say is good to jump from future to Arctic future and so on? It depends on what you want to do. If you simply want to, survive in guild expedition or get through the continent map and so on, you don't need too much. A couple hundred of each is enough, but if you really want to do a lot of guild battlegrounds, for example, you probably need, I would expect, I don't know, 1000 or more. But it really depends on what you want. I'm not really that good at figuring out what you need or saying what you need, because when I played, I've only really played seriously on 2 worlds. The first one I was in a virtual future with boosts of around 250, 100, so I'm not one to speak to when it comes to exactly what you need in different ages. But if you search for it, I do believe you can find some good stuff on YouTube, and I think I also seen some Reddit threads, so you can search for it there on Reddit. So yeah. How long it takes to reach Arc 80 when you start a new world? It really depends on how active you are, how much guild battlegrounds you do. But it's at least a couple of months, half year perhaps. So yeah. Here we go. Wow, that's a lot of points. But only number 700. Just want a quick look at the... Oh. Wow, the top players have a lot of points. I think that's a lot more than I do on here, for example. Definitely. Anyways, that's besides the point. Let's see, and before I do, let me just quickly go through back up in chat again. I want to remember who this was. Carsten, okay. So, first thing I notice, a lot of Stage of Ages. That's quite nice. And correct me if I'm wrong, but it does actually look like, despite having this many, you probably are a free-to-play player, or it doesn't look like you spent a lot of diamonds. Because this is definitely possible to get from a couple of events for free, or close to free. So yeah, love all of these, quite a lot. It's not the most efficient building, but it's definitely good, especially with the forge points as well, so definitely a nice one to have. Really like the set as well. Kind of a mix between attack and defense, but that's quite nice. Never paid a cent, yep, that's kind of what I thought. Because it didn't look like a diamond spender city, despite having this many of one building. That's what this does to you. So, great hall here. And quite like what you've done here. If I had... So yeah, here you can see a great building connected to these 3 big buildings here with 1 road. That's what most people should try to do, so that's very nice. Push me to 2,300 attack. Nice, nice. What's your defense? What's your defense like? Because it doesn't look like you have that much defense. Probably not above a couple of hundred, I imagine. But correct me if I'm wrong there. Would you maybe like to visit my town too? Just reorganizing, and yeah, please let me know your name, server name, world, and server. I will add it to the list. I'm not sure if I'll have the time to look today, but come in one of these days, and yeah, I'll have a look at your city. 1,100 defense. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's definitely enough. I'm guessing you get a decent amount from these. I suppose from here as well, actually. Great buildings. Okay. This is probably one thing that perhaps I would change or update in the future. But it also looks quite nice, so yeah. But if you do need some space, this might be something to consider replacing. Magnum Opus, not my favorite, but you know, if you have time to collect, and I do suppose they are helpful for current age goods and so on. Robert Vincent says, also depends on your guild support on how high you get your arc. There's one guild in our world with 8 people with 180 arcs, wow. And they offer new members 2.0 in leveling their arcs. Yeah, so the main factor I think when it comes to leveling up your arc is how helpful your guild can be. So yeah. Yeah, the barn, I wouldn't say garbage. It doesn't do anything for attack, of course, but it's not bad when it comes to forge points. So if you focus on forge points, it's all right. And considering that he has 2000, 1000 attack, he doesn't really need too much more. Yep, magnum opus for quests, I imagined. Personally, I prefer the slave builders, but it's pretty much the same thing. In terms of layout though, not sure if I have too many recommendations. This as well, perhaps a little bit wasteful with rows here, but it's not really a big deal. You probably don't have too much better to place. Quite nice here, connected by one road. This is a little bit wasteful, I suppose, with all of these roads connected to it here. But yeah, it's not a big deal, and in general, yeah, really good. The CDM, quite big, but don't think you have too many other options on how to place it. So yeah, in general, very nice, very nice. Defiant Knights on US1, so yeah. Yeah, I suppose on with some of the older worlds, there will be a lot of arcs. Let's actually have a look here. The highest one is a CF at 190, then a Zeus, but then a lot of arcs. So yeah, a lot of arcs at 180, and more coming soon, I imagine. So, so yeah, that's not really something you see a lot in the worlds I play on, at least the newest one, because this one is close to 1 year old now. It is, let's see, yeah, 30 days away from being 1 year old. I started on day 1, so yeah, almost 1 year old. Actually 11 months exactly. Thank you, Carsten, for sending your city. Which world do you play in? I play on EN 18 and 16 mainly, with 3 diamond farms. So, before I go on to the next city, why not collect? And yeah, I'm just gonna be collecting. I'm not gonna be bothering about the blue galaxy today. So let's see how many. Oh, there we go. There is 1. So that is 50 diamonds. Another 50 diamonds. That's 100. Oh, 150. 200. Quite a good day today. 200 so far. Can we get some more? Looks like we are stopping at 200. Now, let me see if I can put my force point somewhere. I could do it here. Ah, screw it. Who cares? Let's collect the rest. Alright, 200 here from this one. That's definitely very nice. Have I collected everything now? Oh, I do have a little bit left here. There we go. So, 200 on this world. Let me put these back on again. Yeah, Arvahal is the oldest world on all servers. So, it goes in alphabetical order. So, this is the oldest, second oldest, third oldest, fourth oldest, and so on. So, yeah, the earlier they are, the older they are. Yep, I am from Norway. Yeah, I'm from Norway. Alright, so that's the first one. Let me go to my second diamond farm. This is quite a bit smaller. As you can see, it still has a decent amount. So let's see if I get anything here as well. Nothing so far. Oh, there we go. That is 50. So 250 in total. Alright, 50 on that world. That's quite nice. Let's move on to my last one. Yeah, international server is EN. So I play on EN 16 and 18 mainly. Do you speak Norway? If you... Jeg bor ikke i Oslo. Jeg er fra Stavanger. Bor for øyeblikket i en annen by. Jeg vil ikke si så mye mer akkurat nå, men ja. Jeg er fra Vestlandet, fra Rogaland, fra Stavanger. So yeah, no, I'm not from Oslo. So 50 diamonds here, that is 300 in total. Alright, 300 diamonds, that is quite nice, a little bit above average. I think my average is around 200 per day, if I remember correctly. Something like that, or 150 per day, something like that. So yeah, that's quite a good haul. Alright, let's move on. EN16, that one I definitely do have. So, Perseus, are you still in the chat? Let me just quickly go up in the chat to see who that was. That is Panther. Panther. Are you? Yeah, you are still in the guild in the chat. So let's go to EN16. Why did you jump that high in ages in your diamond farm world? It's mainly for space, for expansions. I don't really do guild expedition. That's not really what those kind of worlds are for me. So yeah, it's just passive farms that I, to be honest, don't collect often enough. So that's the reason I jumped up in ages, to get more space. Alright, let's have a look. First off, I really like your cherry set. Let me see what design this is. Not quite sure actually what design this is. Doesn't look like one of mine. It looks quite cool actually. Let me know which one this is. And if you have a link to it in my tool, I would really appreciate that if you send it in the chat. Because it looks really cool. Quite like this as well. See that you have focused quite heavily on defense, so that's quite nice, quite understandable. Actually, let me see what age you are in. You are in progressive. Higher age units or just regular progressive era? So yeah, David, it is easier. I think the easiest in terms of guild expedition is in Iron Age, unless you have high rage units, for example. But yeah, for me, I'm just doing a passive farm, so I don't care about which age I am in that regard. So yeah, I'm aging up for space, and also to have a place to put my forge points. Yeah, higher rage units. All right, so in that regard, yeah, very, very nice. Also looks like you do quite a bit of guild battlegrounds, quite a lot of statue of honor, so that's nice. Not necessarily the most efficient when it comes to attack, for example, but definitely helpful for your guild. A lot of forge points and so on. So definitely nothing wrong with keeping these around. Not too big of a fan of the bakeries, but you can always keep them until you need some space. But these probably would be some of the first ones I would replace if you needed more space. Obviously you have quite a few blacksmiths. You probably don't need all of these, but as long as you have space, nothing wrong with keeping these around. Same with the rock faces. You might perhaps replace these eventually if you do need the space. But they're not too bad. Looks like you've been busy with the governor's villa. Probably this and last year, perhaps? Or is this only this year? So yeah, that's really nice. The hippodromes here, perhaps you could try to get them connect roads on the shorter sides, but it might be a little bit difficult to do because you have a lot of buildings with that on that side. But you might be able to move some of the winners' plazas over here, and then somehow connect these on the short side. That might be something you could try. So yeah, let me have a look in here. So yeah, here as well, very nice here, connecting these big buildings here with one road here. Yeah, this is really nice, really efficient layout here with the town hall, with all of these big buildings here connected to very few roads. So that's very nice, very nice. Free to play too, yep, I can definitely see that. So yeah, in that case I imagine this is from multiple years, 2 years perhaps. So yeah. So yeah, overall, quite like it. Here as well, perhaps you can try to get these on the shorter side. It's not a big deal, but you do have a few things perhaps you could try to work on, but yeah, not really a big deal at all. So yeah, for the most part, really nice design. Another thing is the Himeji hair connected on both sides here. Not too big of a deal, but perhaps something, and here is Tavern here. Perhaps something you could try to work on, but not really that big of a deal. So yeah. Okay, so here's one thing though. The abandoned asylum here, quite wasteful, connected on 3 sides here. So that's something that you could look at moving to a different part of your city perhaps. And perhaps get an expansion here eventually. Next time you get an expansion might be good if you do have more expansions. It's a little bit wasteful with the road here, but not really a big deal. So for the most part, I quite like this. Quite efficient layout with a few areas where you can try to do a few things differently, but overall quite nice. Una Queen asks, what's a good amount of wishing wells for a diamond farm? I have 60 in my biggest one and only started them when Tulak opened. Have 3 worlds with level 100 Tor Templar relics, so that can grow them at a decent speed. Well, the real answer is as many as you can get. Yeah, as many as you can get really. It doesn't really matter how many you have. Of course, if you only have 5, for example, you will not get a lot, but you have to start somewhere anyways, and yeah, 60 is definitely a good number. If you can get more, definitely get more, but there's not really a number where you need to get to. Just keep on building and adding them as you play. It doesn't really matter how many you have, or how many you end up placing. If you're asking me if I have a city on Quarsh, I do, but I don't play on it. I do have a world on all the international worlds, or a city on all international worlds, but I only play on 2 of them, plus 3 diamond farms. If you can't easily get Wishing Wells, Fountain of Youths from G is a good substitute. Yeah, well, basically the only, or practically the only way to get Wishing Wells these days is from Guild Expedition with Fountain of Youths. You do usually get 1 or 2 from an event, but definitely not as many as you could a year or 2 ago. So that definitely sucks. Alright, I think that's, yeah. So yeah, overall, really like the city. If you have any questions, please let me know, but yeah. Yeah, thanks a lot, Panther, thanks a lot. Alright, Hungary and Romania. I think I might have one on Romania. Let me check real quick. No, I don't have. So Hungary, that's HU, right? No, okay, so you two guys, I'm not going to do it right now because I don't have an account on those 2 worlds, but I do have on France, I believe. Yeah, I must have on France. So let's go to France. I'm not logged in, so let me see if I'm able to log in. Okay, I don't have that password either, so I will have a look at that another day. Germany I definitely do have, so Dosan, the Falling Leaf, are you still in here in the chat? Let me know, and I can have a look at your Steam next. Daily missions also give a lot of wishing well pieces. Not really a lot. Anyways, I did see some other names here that I can add to the list, so let me see. If you don't see yourself in this list, please send the name again and I can add it. Resto, Court, Explorer Pro on Fell. So let me quickly do some. Martyrium, are you still in the chat? Okay, I don't see it quite yet, but I can have a look later on if you're still in the chat. I don't have one on Poland either quite yet, so let me go to Resto on EN Court. So, let's go here. ENK, there we go. Alrighty. So, Kellen. Put my name. Swallow Agiota. What's your in-game name? And I can add you to the list. I don't have a Brazilian account yet, I believe, so don't think I'm gonna be able to check it out this time, but definitely can in the future. Yeah, I'll definitely go and create accounts on. I'll just do all the servers, why not? Alright, Resdo. So this kind of looks like perhaps not really a wishing well farm, but kind of a hybrid with, looks like kind of a main city with a side of wishing well farm. Mario's. Okay, yeah, I'll have a look at your city next, Mario. All right. So first of all, when it comes to Resto, Winston Yuri. Yeah, you probably were if you are on the Russian server. So. Yeah, I don't have an account, or Romania, sorry. I don't have an account on Romania, Hungary, or France quite yet, so I'm not going to check those, or Poland. So I'm not going to check those today, but if you come in tomorrow, or another one, I can have a look. It's my main base, and a little farm. Yeah, combo city, 2 in 1. Alright, so. First of all, a little bit wasteful to have this long road here. You could easily move your town hall over here, for example, and then you don't need all of these 2x2 roads. Or move it here, for example, and only have roads, a few roads on both or on multiple sides of the building. So you can move your town hall and replace a lot of these 2x2 roads here. I imagine you need these, but yeah. Do you have an account in Norway? I don't. I do. So when I first started playing, I was automatically sent to Norway, but yeah, during the tutorial, I immediately noped out of there and went to the international server because I don't like playing in Norwegian on the internet. I prefer using English, so there's that. Anyways, back to the city, Resto. I would move the town hall over here somewhere and cut down on a lot of these 2x2 roads. I would try to move the Arctic Orangery, the Alcatraz, a lot of these big buildings to more the outside of the city, not connecting them on multiple sides and so on. Try to work a little bit on that. The confectionaries, I think they're a little bit outdated. Not sure if you need those anymore. They look quite nice though, so if you don't really care too much about efficiency, they're quite nice to look at, I suppose. But that's something I might have a look at, replacing or removing. Let's see. So I think the main thing is trying to get a few, or a lot of these bigger buildings, more to the outer sides of the city, and try to keep the smaller buildings in the middle. The main ones are the Alcatraz, the AO, And then after that, perhaps try to remove, or not remove, to move some of these. The space carrier also a little bit inefficient here on the long side here, so yeah. You are in Space Age Asteroid Belt. So yeah, moving up tomorrow, I see. Nice. So that means you will probably get a bit more space, I imagine. And that's a good time actually to rework your city if you want to do that. If you get a little bit more space, you can expand the boundaries of your city without placing anything yet, rebuild the city, and then you'll see where you have space over. So yeah. I have 700 attack, 500 defense. Is this enough? It's definitely enough for the continent map. If you worry about that, it should be fine for Guild Expedition as well. You can probably. It would be nice to have it a little bit higher, of course, especially if you do Guild Battlegrounds. But it's perfectly alright if you are just a casual player. It looks like you are a relatively casual player, judging by your city. So yeah, it's definitely enough. But yeah. Why can't I send messages, asks Joran. I'm not quite sure what you... I do see your chat message, if that's what you're asking. If you're talking about in-game. I don't know. So I'm not quite sure what you're... what exactly you mean, but yeah. Because yeah, I definitely do see your messages, so yeah. Spino says that the flying island is hot garbage. It's not the best building. So it's not the best building. It looks really good though, Spino. You do have to agree, it looks really cool. And that's a perfect time to a reason to get one. So yeah. No worries, Colin, no worries. It's a lot of fun doing this. Really like it, and yeah, hopefully I'm able to help a few of you. All right, so next one, Dozan. He's still around, so let's go back to the German server here, and let's go to Tulek. Yeah, I don't know, Joran, because I don't do anything. I don't see your. It might be your internet, perhaps, but because I haven't done anything. If you're sending a link or something like that, it might be YouTube automatically removes your message. But yeah, I haven't seen anything, Joran. So I don't know. Do you have a word on Germany? I would like to get a review on Germany 7 and Germany 8. Send me the name, your name, and I'll see if I have time to do it today. Because yeah, at the moment I am on the German server. I am on DE19 on Tulek. To have a look at, forgot the name, Those and the Falling Leaf. Let me copy that. So yeah, luckily you can get through the tutorial without having to wait for any forge points or anything like that. Ah, Chorus, okay. Chorus, there we go. Happened to you too, ABC. Okay. I can have a look later on. I don't think I have any. I think I just have default YouTube filtering, whatever that is. So, that's weird. I will have a look afterwards. I think I might be able to look at chats that have been, probably not chats that have been deleted, but sometimes a few messages get marked as me having to manually approve them. I can have a look at if that was the case, but yeah, I don't know. Do you have an account on the Dutch server? I'm pretty sure I do, because I do think that I DL No, wait. NL. There we go. Forge. I do have an account, I think, but I don't have the password, so I can't check right now. Sorry. Mine makes a TSND-E19 as well. Ah, yeah. Please let me know your name, kind of Anong, and I'll have a look. Perhaps today, perhaps tomorrow. We'll have to see. Hello there, Nermina. I'm wondering if I should replace my piazza and garden pool sets with newer special buildings. Have they become outdated? I would say so. So, yeah, I would probably... I do hate having to replace the piazza. I quite like the piazza, but it's not great. It's worse than the cherry set, so yeah, I would probably have to... I would probably replace both of those if you have newer buildings, better buildings to play to get. That name sounds familiar, kind of Anong. Do you have an account on the international server, kind of Anong? It sounds familiar, but perhaps I'm just confusing it with a similar name. All right, let's end the camp. We ended the camp, and then we can have a look. Okay, so let me get the name. Ah, yeah, I have it. Those on the falling leaf. All right. Oh, and by the way, if you are buying diamonds, this offer here is really good. So yeah, just saying, if you are buying diamonds. Alright, so let's have a look. Okay, so it looks like a relatively new city in the late Middle Ages. So let's have a look. Alright, so looks like you are working on your arc. That's really nice. Continue on doing that. Okay, so the first thing I notice is this here. A little bit wasteful to have it connected to a road, all of these chain buildings here. So that's something you perhaps could try to work a little bit on. Not that big of a deal, but yeah, something you could look at. Okay, that's probably why. That's probably where I remember it from. Okay, thank you. So yeah, this is one thing I noticed. Not that big of a deal, but the villa, quite big. Perhaps you are able to not connect it to all of these roads, but not really a big deal. Because this is quite efficient with these two buildings here. This is relatively efficient. Only a few buildings to connect the Temple of Relics and the Alcatraz. That's quite nice. Just some free space here. You probably have it planned for something. But yeah, in general, I think it looks quite nice. Yeah, eventually you will probably replace most of these breweries. Kuferai, not quite sure what that's called in English, but these production buildings probably should be replaced relatively quickly, at least if you need more space. If you don't need more space, you just keep them, but that's probably something that you might want to replace. Perhaps get a few blacksmiths instead. But I suppose that also depends a little bit on if you are working on advancing into higher ages or not. Hello there, 102A, how are you doing? Now I wonder... Okay, so I'm not sure if I set... There we go. I'm not sure if you saw these. I haven't seen them, but I did set up some alerts. So I can replay them as I wish. So we have 3 subscribers during this stream to my YouTube channel. So if you enjoy this, please subscribe to the channel. So thank you, Tiny Guy Eric, Mr. Unknown, and Connor Ward for subscribing. Thanks a lot. Yep, I'm doing quite alright. quite alright. Starting to get a little bit tired in my voice, so I'm probably not gonna go on for too much longer, but yeah, probably another, I don't know, 15, 20, 30 minutes. We've soon been going on for 1.5 hours, so yeah. Anyways, back to the city here. In general, I don't really have too much to to say. One thing here, you do have quite a few 2x3 buildings here connected on the long side. That might be something to look into. You have this building here connected on the long side. Might be something to look into. Not that big of a deal, but something that you might be able to improve. A little bit wasteful in here, but doesn't look like you can do much better now, so that's perfectly fine. Connecting these on both sides, a little bit wasteful, so you could try to not do that somehow. Not quite sure what's the best way to solve this, but you can probably try to figure out something here. But yeah, in general, quite nice, especially for your age. Looks like you are doing quite well, considering that you are in the late Middle Ages. Quite a bit of attack, I think. So I imagine you're doing quite fine while you're playing, so yeah. So yeah, looking good. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I will answer that. But yeah, in general, I really like what you're doing. Alright, so this is what I'll do. I'll do these 4 worlds here today, and then I will end the stream, I think. So 4 more cities. But if you want me to have a look at your city, please still write them in the chat, and I will write them down and I'll have a look at them another day. Elke in Arvahal, I do need your server as well, so international, German and so on. Do you play in Brisgard? Again, I do need to know the server as well, Timp. So yeah. Alright, just because I am already on DE19, I'll do this in a little bit of a different order. I will do it in this order, but yeah, I will go through all of these. So, let me copy this. Swedish. SE, I think. Yeah, SE. Not gonna have a look at it today, but tomorrow probably, if you're still around then. Alrighty. Let's have a look here. So, Space Age Asteroid Belt. Quite nice. Ooh, I really like this. Really like the cherry set. Let me see if I can figure out which design this is. That's the... Not quite sure what to call it yet, but the kind of squished version of the one that I have kind of... I see that you have a pond here. It's not exactly the same, but yeah, this is probably the similar to the one to the 12x13, the extended version of that, but probably a little bit more efficient. So really nice there. Really nice. Let's see, Daniel Kroll. No, so Daniel, I haven't had a look at your city yet. I'm not going to be able to do it today, I'm afraid, because I don't have an account on the Polish server, but if you come back another day, I will have a look at it, because, yeah, either today or tomorrow, or quite soon at least, I will create an account on all the different servers, so that I can check it out, but I don't have an account now, Daniel, so yeah, I haven't had the time to check out your city today, I'm afraid. But yeah, come back another day and I will have a look. Alright, so, love the fall set as well. Looks like not quite FoE Elite's version, but yeah, really nice there. Really nice butterfly set as well. Not quite the full... How many pieces is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not the full 10-piece one that I have, but yeah, very, very nice. Alright, so, yeah, definitely like what you've done here with these two buildings connected to this one road here, it looks like. I imagine that these are probably going... Perhaps you're removing this, who knows. When do you stream tomorrow? So my plan is to stream at 7 PM each day going forward. So same time as this stream started, 1.5 hours before this point tomorrow. So yeah, 7 PM Central European summertime. I will set up a live stream right after this. So yeah, you can find that. I will link it in my Discord. It'll also be, you can see it on my channel and so on. So yeah, 9 PM Central European summertime tomorrow. This time 1.5 hour earlier tomorrow. So there we go. Ah, I spot a winter set as well. I love it. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the winter set. Not because it's necessarily that good, but it's really cool, I think. Not a lot have it, so yeah, looking forward to see more of that. Alright, so these trains here, really love it. Quite efficient here. Train as well, quite efficient. This looks like your empty space where I'm assuming you have military building, place buildings for quests and so on. Links to I will probably have a look tomorrow if you are there again. Or yeah, whenever you are there next time. I probably will not look at cities for people who are not there, but if you are there, then I definitely will have a look at your city. Let me see, what was I doing? Town, okay, here we go. So, Town Hall. Okay, so this is quite nice with the arc here. So yeah, quite nice there. Perhaps you could try to do it on more sides, but this is very efficient as well, so I'm not sure if I would even bother. The rock faces here, not the most efficient, especially in these ages here. So perhaps replace those if you need space. Yeah, as long as you don't need the space, you can always use it for rock faces. This is quite nice as well. The innovation tower connected by one road, I think. Yeah, so that's quite nice. The Himeji here, I see, is connected by one road. That's quite nice. Both the Himeji and the Relic Temple. Is this free space? That's free space, okay. So, looks like you do need some sentinels, I suppose, to fill in some empty spaces. So that might be a priority going forward, who knows. But yeah, in general, yeah, I know. I call them rock faces, gate of the whatever. Antiques Geschichte, rock of the ancient, I think. Something like that. I just call them rock faces. That's, yeah. Rock faces has always been my go-to name. Love all the Eagle Mountains, really good. It looks like you have some free space up here as well, perhaps. Or perhaps you don't have expansions, so you could probably do... Or is that 4x4? 3, there's a 6, I believe. 4x6, so yeah, you probably do have these expansions, so you probably have space for a little bit more up there as well. How do I find what server I am on? The majority of people are in the US. So if you play on browser, you can look here in the name. And if that is DE, you play on the German server and so on. So you can check that out. You can also, if I go to here, for example, let's see, how can I do this? Let me go to... You can also check up here, and you can see all the different worlds. You can see the one that you're playing on. You can do that on mobile as well if you log out, so you can see which one you're playing on. Alright, so But yeah, in general, yeah, I'm really like the city. See that you spent a lot of time trying to figure out where to play stuff. I would say free to play, but correct me if I'm wrong. Only play on mobile. Okay, so then if you play on mobile, you do have to log out, and then you can see which world you're playing on. But if you play, yeah, if you say that you're speaking English, you probably play on US or the international one. If you're from the US, you probably play on the US. So yeah, if you're from the US, you probably play on that. Alright, Joran, thanks a lot for joining me. Have a good one. Yeah, thanks a lot for joining in. Alright. So, yeah, overall, really like the layout. A few things you could perhaps improve, but not really a lot, I think, to improve. It looks like you have some projects going on as well, so that's nice. Alright, let's go to the next one. Yep, free to play, I thought so. Nice. Alright, Explorer on Fell. Nope. Alright, let's go to Fell. Fell, there we go. Can you check if there's only... I can check on any server. Oh, there he is. I'm not going to accept the friend request because I don't play on the server. I don't want to take up a spot on your friend list, but yeah. I can check on all servers, Andre, but I don't have an account on all quite yet. But yeah, if you want me to have a look at Europe, just leave it in the chat, and I will put it on my list, and I will get to it when I get to it. All right. So first of all, quite like the small cherry set over here. You can definitely expand that, but it's a nice start. Right, let's see. Okay, so very nice and neat rows here. You do have some big buildings in the middle here, not that big of a deal, but perhaps something you could try to change a little bit with these bigger buildings here. And the Hero's Tavern, for example, a little bit wasteful to have it in a corner. Not a big deal, but perhaps something you could look into improving. But yeah, in general, it looks really cool. Quite like the look of this here, the Gentiana windmill over here. Some neat rows here with buildings. This is quite efficient with the chains down here. This is completely unconnected and so on. So that's quite efficient. Let me have a look up here how things look. So yeah, up here, not too bad with the Alcatraz and the Arctic Arvantery. These are sentinels. So yeah, only 2 roads to connect those buildings. That's really good. Could perhaps try to do something similar with these buildings as well, especially the Chateau and the Temple of Relics. But, and perhaps the Cathedral, it's not a big deal. That's something that you might be able to look into a little bit. Yeah, not a big deal at all. Let's see, there's the Town Hall. Yeah, that looks quite alright. Perhaps a little bit wasteful, but not really. It looks quite good there. Let's see how it looks there. So yeah, this looks quite good. You could try though, if you are reworking your city, you could try to do something that we've seen in a couple of other cities, where you connect a lot of these big buildings here to one road from the town hall. So 2 or 3 big buildings from one road connected to a town hall. You could try to perhaps do something like that. That might be quite helpful. But yeah, that's something you will have to see if you are able to do or not. But yeah, in general, looks really nice and tidy, really efficient as well for the most part. 100% efficiency, that's quite nice. So yeah, a few things you could perhaps improve here and there, but in general, yeah, quite nice. Really like it, and looks like you are slowly advancing, or perhaps not slowly, it looks like you are advancing through the ages, so that's always nice. So yeah. If you have any questions, let me know, but I think for now I'm going to move on to Quoras on the German server. So, first of all, we have numero 7. What's your name, Tim? I need that as well. So, let's go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, there we go. That's number 7. I need to go through the tutorial as usual. Here we go. So yeah, if I wasn't an expert on these already, I'm definitely going to be that when I'm done after a couple of streams. I am bitumen on the Hungary. Let me add that. That's HU, right? Bitumen. There we go. Here we go. Einsammeln. Soon you will be able to do it with your eyes closed. Yep, indeed. I will be able to complete the tutorial with my eyes closed. Yeah. I don't have, I don't think I could quite yet, but perhaps after 10 more of these I can. Okay, I need to go. We'll be there in your next stream tomorrow. Thank you, Mr. Unknown. Thanks for joining. Have a good rest of the evening or morning or whatever it is for you. Thanks for joining in, and yeah, I will see you tomorrow or whenever next time you are able to check in. So let's collect it there. Let's go back to here and let's go here. Scout, and let's take the first province or first sector. There we go. Alrighty. And yeah, actually one more thing that I forgot to ask. What do you think about my new stream layout with the top bar kind of masking out the... it's masking out my tabs and all of that. And then the chat in the bottom. Let me know what you think about that. I think it looks quite alright, but yeah, please let me know what you think about it. What am I doing? I am playing the tutorial. In order to check out someone's city, you need to play through the beginning of the tutorial. So you need to do the first fight, and after that, I'm able to check in on rankings, and from there I can check out any player I want. So yeah, I am checking out world number 11, 2 billion points. Looks like we have one of the big guys. All right, let's have a look. Ooh, that is quite a lot of hippodrome tracks. quite a lot. So Spino, the reason it matches the Forge style is because it is Forge style. I've just copied some elements from the game and used those. So the chat down in the corner here, that's the same as the chat here. You can see the same color, same backgrounds and all of that. So that's just the same as the same as the design there. Okay, okay, so things are perhaps a little bit small. I was worried about that when it comes to the chat, for example. So yeah, perhaps I should increase the size of the chat or something like that. So thank you for pointing that out. I will have to have a look at that. So yeah, first thing I noticed, a lot of tracks here. That's really cool. Also a big... Ooh, that's forge points, I think. That's forge points. Ah, is this a forge point city? Look, I think that's actually the... That's forge point ones. That's forge points. Nice. Okay, so forge point city, that's nice. I think that's the first one we've seen, actually. That's really cool. Yeah, the amount of wagons here. Or carts or whatever. Yeah. So you don't use animations. You do have to... You should use animations. And to be honest, for the most part, I do play with animations, but I don't really care too much about it. So yeah. I do still see plenty of attack buildings, so I'm assuming it's kind of a hybrid between attack and forge points. Which is really cool, because most people primarily focus on attack. So what's your daily production, if I can ask? Because with all of this, I imagine it must be over 1,000. Your daily production in your city alone. And then I imagine you do quite a bit of guild battlegrounds as well. So what's your daily numbers and what's your attack boosts? I would like to know. Because this is really, yeah, quite unique, I suppose, among the top players. To focus, yeah, to kind of split the focus between attack and forge points. Because all of these buildings here are still plenty of attack, I imagine, so probably well over 1,000 attack as well, in addition to forge points. Alright, let's have a look here. So, Town Hall over here. I think this is quite nice. Perhaps you can try to get some big buildings surrounding the Town Hall, but in general it's quite alright. Blue Galaxy, indeed. Let's see. Blue Galaxy, level 91. There we go. So yeah, one Blue Galaxy there, one there, one here, one here, one here, one here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many attempts do you have? It's like 10, right? $15. Okay, so you do have a few more as well. Probably some of the other buildings then, I imagine. But yeah, it depends on randomness because of the hideouts and druids. But production for tomorrow is 1,871. Nice. So I imagine that in some cases you go above 2,000 even. So yeah, that's a lot of forge points. What are your great buildings like? 180 soon. Okay, so that's probably where your forge points are going to, I imagine, on your arc. So yeah, that's really, really cool. Alright, so in terms of layout, in general it looks really neat. Perhaps a little bit wasteful down here, not really a big deal, but these roads here. You do have a lot of these big buildings connected on one side of the road, but I'm not sure how much better you can do, because it's pretty much all big buildings. You don't really have a lot of small buildings. So, not sure how much better you can do, actually, when it comes to some of these. Let me see here. I did notice this, but let's see. So, this really cool layout. I don't think I've seen it before. But it looks like a hybrid between forge points and attack. Because you do have plenty of attack here, but you also have forge points with all of these. Don't get from this though, but that's alright, I suppose. And here as well, this is, yeah, the forge point layout. Is this from one of my videos? Because I don't remember it, but perhaps I did make something like this. This might look, it looks better than something that I came up with. I suppose it might be the same as, yeah, it might just be the same as the, okay, it's probably just similar, perhaps a little bit better with, yeah, I really like this layout here when it comes to the forge point butterfly set. Looks really cool. flying island. Really like the look of it, but yeah, it's not the greatest, that's for sure. Let's see. Any other thoughts? I think in general, yeah, it looks really good, really good. I looked at your video, but I created my own because I needed it to be 4 tiles. Yeah, it did look a little bit different than what I did. Because what I did, I think, was to get one more on top here. But instead of that, you have the magenta here and connected on 2 sides here. So might even be more efficient, who knows. But yeah, really like the look of this. Really cool. Ah, you have some full set here as well. Yeah, two of the Forge Point designs right next to each other. Quite nice. And repeatable, yeah. So yeah, in general, very nice city. Yeah, it looks like a very good mix between attack and Forge Points. So yeah, really, really cool. Really, it looks really cool. Now, let's have a look at your diamond farm as well. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was sounds more, I think. Yeah. Oh, one final tutorial for the day. And yeah, so I will be streaming for another 10 or so minutes. That'll bring me just about 2 hours today. And then I will stop for today. But I will continue. I will stream again tomorrow, same time, at 7 PM. So yeah, join me for that if you want. Attack and defense is 1700, 1300 on the other one. That's definitely acceptable. I imagine you do perfectly fine in Guild Battleground and so on. Alrighty. Here we go. I also really hate that you have to click the OK there instead of just clicking somewhere else on the screen. You have to actually click on the OK button. Right, here we go. Let's place the longhouse. Let's get spares. Will you take a review of my city? Yeah, please. Not today, but tomorrow or some other day. So let me know the name of your account, or your name, your in-game name, your world, and the server you play on. I'll put it on the list, and I will check it out another time that you are on tomorrow, perhaps, if you are here tomorrow. So yeah, please let me know, and I'll put it on the list, and yeah, I can have a look at it tomorrow, perhaps. Sounds like you are Swedish, Stian. Spacewoods. Norwegian, even. Oh, but attack suggests that you are Swedish, so I suppose. Or Danish, perhaps. Anyways, never mind. Alright, let's end the camp. The fight. There we go. Alright, now we can have a look at the city. This is the first diamond farm, and the last diamond farm of today. Qua? Do I have it still? I do, okay. Alright, let's have a look. That's quite a big diamond farm. How many how many wishing wells and fountain of youth and so on do you have? That's quite a big one. Class, yep, I can. Yeah, write in the chat, write your name, the world you play on, the server you play on. And I will check it out, not today, but another day. And there should be a skip tutorial button for players who already have a city. That definitely should be. But I imagine it's probably hard-coded and they can't do much about it, I suppose. Norwegian indeed. Sørgard. Trevlig sånn. Alright. Let's see. Memento, that sounds familiar. Memento. Sounds familiar. What's your name class? Is Danger your name? Or is that the world? Is that your name? Or is that Fel, whatever it is? Alright, so a lot of diamonds. And it looks like you have a few slave builders for events and so on. Yeah, diminishing returns. Yeah, I can definitely see that, Quoras. 180 wishing wells, nice. I forget how many I have on my biggest one, but I think it's something like 120 or something like that. So, yeah, definitely nice. Let's see. Arc 60 only. Okay, interesting. Do you have all metal expansions, or do you still have some room there? Because that's the main reason, I think, to get the Arc to level 80, is to get the metal expansions. Because on my biggest diamond farm, I do have all the expansions. Metal expansions. Jordan. 8:45. Yeah, so if you come here at 8:45 tomorrow, I will probably be able to have a look at your city. That's, yeah. So yeah, in terms of efficiency, not sure how much better you can do. Perhaps you can place some of these bigger buildings here on the outsides of the city, but it's not really a big deal. And in order to do that, you might have to mess up the nice ordering you have right now. So might not be worth it. It does look like you might be more or less out of space, but I do suppose that if you need space, you can always delete some of these other buildings. I don't know. The Druid's Temple might be an option to delete. Or these ones perhaps. Who knows, but yeah. For now, really like it. Really big, of course, but yeah. Yeah, I already have them, but I try to spend not too much time on gathering blueprints to save time. Oh, I definitely know the pain. I struggle finding a place to place my forge points in at least 2 of my worlds. So yeah. So yeah, don't really have too much to say. Looks really cool. I see that you have a lot of Fountain of Youths as well, so I imagine you do quite a bit of guild expedition. What age are you in? You are in Future Era. And I don't see any... Okay, so you have the Alcatraz. Do you have a rogue hideout? I don't see a rogue hideout. How do you get units? Probably guild expedition, I imagine, and guild battlegrounds. You probably get enough from there, I imagine. So yeah. Yeah, overall, really like the city, and good job on building it up. It's probably been quite slow recently, except for the Fountain of Youth, of course. But this definitely looks like it has taken a couple of years, I imagine. Thanks to your guidance throughout events, I've been able to build my city fast. Ah, nice. Started 9 months ago, but spent a lot of time. That's okay if you want to do that. Can't wait for your thoughts on my city. The whole thing is a good event. Yeah. The memory of a person or an event. Okay. So yeah, a lot of event building is quite natural in most cities. And it is what most people should aim at, getting a lot of event buildings and great buildings. Alright, so I think I will leave the stream there for today. I've been going on for 2 hours now. Yeah, one of your older wishing well designs. I see, okay. In the new ones, there are less great buildings. The hideout is above St. Marcus, so okay. Where is that? Ah, I see it. I see it. There it is, isn't? All right. So yeah, as I said, I think I will end the stream here. So thanks a lot for all of you for joining me. It's been a lot of fun. And as I've said, I'm gonna be doing these streams on a daily basis. I might miss a day here and there, but for most days I will be able to live stream. And yeah, I will set up the stream ahead of time. So just check in if you see the stream there on my channel, I will be streaming that day. So that's it for today. Thanks a lot for watching. And again, I will be streaming tomorrow. So hope to see you there. And yeah, thanks for joining. Thanks, Bino. Thanks all you others. And goodbye.